Hi guys, I'm Karina.
I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Eric.
And welcome back to the Late Podcast. The law according to Eric. All right, so today our topic is neighbors from hell. And I'm pretty sure we've all had those. Eric, I know you've had your fair share of them.
I have both residential and business neighbors in the office. I've got like real office neighbor stories that will.
He has office beef.
For sure.
So, yes.
For sure. But you know what? Speaking of neighbors, this true story. When we rented the house that I'm in now, it turns out, and it's a complete coincidence, the immediate neighbor, like if you're facing our front door to the left, just happened to have been somebody that we've known in our family for years.
Oh, yeah.
Just complete coincidence. So it was sort of like, that's so cool, right? Like maybe this was all meant to be. And it was really nice. So he came like right after we first moved in. It was like, look, I need you to know that, the house you're renting, like they've had like problems with the roof.
Oh.
So if you need it fixed, let me know. It's on the house.
Oh my God. I genuinely believe this was a real story because the person in front of you does. It's the person next to you, right?
Next
that
to
you know, yeah.
That part was true, but I had to segue into because that's why, by the way, I win every week. Because I actually take time to plan these dad jokes out, and I do.
Yeah, no, you segue into them.
Bam, that's the whole point. And every week, you guys fall for it every time. And let me be honest, it never gets old. I'm just saying. All right, so I win.
All right, mine was like a little dad joke. Where'd it go? Okay, my internet went down yesterday. I think my cheap ass neighbor forgot to pay the bill. How responsible of him.
I saw that one. I know.
All right, Jen, you have one?
No, I don't have one, but my neighbors had a meeting about the crazy person on our street, and it's weird. I wasn't invited.
Oh my God. She's the crazy person on the street, Eric.
I know.
It was funny.
No, it
was funny. It was funny.
Do you want to know the funniest thing I remember seeing? When after my ex and I first separated, I moved into this apartment, and you know how like when you're in a more of like an enclosed area, your phone picks up like every other Wi-Fi possible, right, besides your own.
Yeah.
And I remember one popped up, and it was so funny. It was like it was started with the N-word. It was N-word. Get your own Wi-Fi.
Yep.
So
there's this one story I saw where the guy changed his. I guess there was like someone in his building who would play his trumpet like loud as fuck all day. So he changed his Wi-Fi name to I Can Hear You. And the guy goes, I know. He changed his password his name to I know.
So the audience knows Karina Googled neighbor dad jokes or something like that. I know. Because I got that same webpage up right there with those same jokes.
What website are you on?
It's Harry and David.
No, we're not on the same one. I'm on Board Panda.
I was on a different, but anyway, I saw those two. So this is also why I win.
Sure. You get yourself a TV shows you watch.
I get them off anywhere and everywhere. That's the whole point. That's why I win, because I go the extra mile.
Okay, sure. Okay, well, let's get started.
All right,
and let's talk about neighbors. The one person who listens to both sides of the story. All right, you get it?
I do. Sorry. I want everybody to know, and I'm going to say this now so Karina can remind me at the end. We surpassed 1,000. We actually are over 1,100 now.
Yes.
So, as promised, I will end the episode today with the famous bird story.
Yes.
Keep it up. Keep the reviews. Keep subscribing. Keep letting people know.
And Josh, your story's coming up.
That's right. If we hit 1,500, you'll hear my brother's famous Facebook story.
Yep.
So at the end, you'll hear the bird story today.
All right. Would you like to start with Am I the Asshole, or what would Eric do?
Why don't we start with what would I do? Because I've got so many fucked up neighbor stories over the years. So I probably relate to just about everything.
All right. Okay, let me see. Let's start with this one. Neighbors from Hell, Advice Needed. That's the title. Backstory, our neighbors have 3 kids, one of which screams bloody murder every day and constantly if she's let outside. She's 4 years old. Half of the time, this child has no one watching her and has let herself out of their yard multiple times. No, they do not have child locks on their gates, and they also leave them open. So she will come play on our lawn and once ran across the street to chase us down while on a walk. Even yells, "Puppy!" as she runs, and she screams every day. We have a rescue dog, and since we moved in, the child And since we've moved, this child has been obsessed with it. Every time she sees him, she screams, "Puppy!" and rushes at him. The parents do nothing to stop this behavior, even though we have spoken with them multiple times that he is a rescue, and as such, he is very scared of loud noises. So when she screams, he gets overly excited and starts nipping. He has come so far and has met so many other children with no issue, but the kids were calm, sat down, and were very quiet and patient with the meeting. So not only have we spoke to the parents directly, but we have put privacy screens up on the fence between us to try and remove the trigger of her seeing the dog and screaming for him. Now, however, I have caught her putting her hands through the bottom of the fence and calling our dog over. I have caught her multiple times, and each time I have to say, "Excuse me, please don't do that. Do not call our dog. Thank you." And surprisingly, her parents are still nowhere to be found. Our dog is the best boy, and he did not have a great life in the beginning, so he deserves to enjoy his backyard. It terrifies me to think that this kid could get bit through the fence and being blamed on him, and he'd have to be put down. Any advice on what else I could do to protect our dog?
Okay, I'm really worried about the kid.
I'm worried about the kid. I'm worried about the dog. The dog already had a terrible life, and he has to be bothered by this pessimistic little kid. Dog, puppy, come here. Fuck the kid. Poor dog. He's already had it hard enough.
Well, she said that the kid was like running across the street and the parents didn't notice. That's a little concerning. No, honey, you were worried about the dog.
I am. He's a rescue, like poor puppy.
So
do you think this 4-year-old is that bad?
No, this is really funny in that I thought for sure that Jennifer would take the side of the dog because she is a pet lover.
Yeah, I would have thought she would have been.
But no, and I didn't think you'd take the side of the kid anyway. But I thought for sure Jennifer was going to be more on the dog. This is very simple. There's a very easy solution to this, and it's all in 3 letters. Ready? CPS.
What do they come to?
Child Protective Services. Fuck yeah, they will. It's not about screaming, about leaving the gate open, about the kid wandering in the middle of the street, about reaching into a fence with a dog that may snap because it's triggered, about no supervision, about all that stuff. And apparently there's more than one child. Right?
Yeah, they have 3.
That's what I'm saying. And so if this is the youngest, she's being neglected.
Yeah.
If she's the oldest, she's being neglected.
Some parents, though, just let their kids wander.
Then some parents shouldn't be parents.
Look,
I'm not joking when I say that. I actually believe that there should be a test.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
Like, not everybody, just because you're capable of giving birth or impregnating doesn't mean you should be a parent. And I'm sure there are lots of wonderful, loving parents in the world. Sure. I'm not judging because not everybody's cut out for it.
Right.
Just like not everybody's cut out to be a doctor or a lawyer or a teacher, whatever.
Or a pet owner at that too.
Oh, but this guy seems like he's actually very concerned.
Yeah, they're very concerned about their dog.
All right. Now let me just tell you. I find it honestly very douchey that he has to bring up the fact that it's a rescue over and over.
No, because they have PTSD.
I understand why he did it, but that's also meant to give more sympathy towards his situation because it's still a little kid. 4-year-old kids don't have the reasoning skills that adults do, and the dog may excite her, make her happy.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, get the screaming and stuff. Maybe the kid's got a touch of the tism.
That could be it too.
And
I thought it could be like a little tism, but I was like, I'm not sure.
Or maybe it's a lot of tism. I mean, but I'm just saying, but honestly, the parents need to be held to task.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that's a very harsh, savage thing to do, like call CPS right away. But honestly, let's assume that we take everything at face value and everything this guy's saying writing is correct. Then the kid really is not in a safe environment.
Because they've talked to the parents. They said the parents just don't give a
fair enough. Again, I'm going to be honest. Then this may shock some of you. This may not shock any of you. Depends. Okay? I hate nosy neighbors, even though I myself can at times be an asshole neighbor. I'll admit that. But only over certain things. Yeah. Right? Like I really do genuinely believe in live and let live, right? Unless it infringes on me or my ability for what's called quiet enjoyment, because we all have the right to that in our home. Right? But otherwise, I don't care what my neighbors do and they shouldn't care what I do. But if my neighbor's child is interfering with my pet and causing him problems, which in turn causes me problems, or the kids running out in the middle of the street or left unattended or unsupervised. Yeah, those parents need help of some kind, or they need to get this kid out of there.
Yeah, or even without the dog, the fact that the child's just running around is kind of that would bother me though. Imagine just a child I'm saying this because my little cousin, she was in an apartment complex and she's always playing with these little kids. And her mom was telling me that there's this little boy that lives in the building that'll just come over to her house and she'll be like, "I'm hungry. Do you have food?" And just invasive like that. So some little kids just don't give a fuck what their parents will tell them. They'll come over and he would just come in, walk right in, doesn't say hi, does nothing.
I know. Some kids just feel comfortable, or sometimes their parents tell them, "Oh, yeah, it's okay. You can ask, Missy or whatever. She's got something to eat for you." But I just, in this case specifically, like, what would I do? Honestly, I would probably call CPS.
Jen?
Maybe I would give them like one more shot. Maybe I'd be like, "Yo, neighbor, I'm about to call. All right, I'm about to call the fuzz unless you, rein these fucking kids in, keep them locked up, whatever." Put them in their fucking cages.
The feds will be here if you don't.
No, the feds don't come for stuff like that. But the fuzz is an old term for police.
No, but it sounds funny just using the fuzz.
Oh, well, we had that one story from before. But all right, Jennifer's dying to say something now.
No,
anyway, so
you're gonna get booed again.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
It is concerning that the parents don't care. I think that's the issue. The parents don't care. Like every parent has had a mishap where like kid is like gotten away or something's happened, but the fact that they don't care about that is worrisome. Although I'm always hesitant to get Child Protective Services involved because it's a very serious thing, but it sounds like maybe they need to.
Point. Yeah. All right. Next one is I the asshole. I'm doing the two like lighter ones, not as extreme as like the other neighbors first. So this one's a little less as well. Am I the asshole for possibly getting my upstairs neighbor evicted? Hello, everyone. It was the nicer one. I apologize for formatting. Oh, this doesn't matter to you. How they wrote it was just okay. So I, 31 female, live with my fiance, 32 male, in a 2-story apartment. Our complex is pretty great with the occasional loud children running up and down the stairs to find their friends. My complex has 10 buildings plus the apartment offices, so you can't really escape the scream and the fun of children. While annoying, it's apartment life and they aren't hurting anyone. Anyways, my upstairs neighbor has some serious mental health issues. He talks and screams at himself and his other voices in his head or imaginary friends. No clue. My Ring camera has caught this, and it used to never bother me until very recently when he got louder, later into the night. My apartment policy is that quiet times are between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. When I initially complained last year, the person who answered called him quirky in those exact words and used quotation marks, which obviously is not good. Last night was my final straw. He kept banging on the floor above my bedroom and yelling. I sent an email this morning about it and got a pretty fast response. The weekend manager said that his dad and sister used to check on him a lot, but have scaled back due to the weather and life circumstances. He says that they said that he's also been here for around 6 years and that this lease violation may trigger an eviction depending on what her boss wanted to do. The tone in the mail made it seem like she wanted me to withdraw my complaint. If it weren't for my job, I probably wouldn't care and just drown out his noise with better noise from my shows, movies, music, etc. It doesn't happen often, but sometimes I do have to be up between 1 and 3 a.m., my local time, to have meetings with people from Australia and India. I want to stand firm on this. Would I be the asshole? Some of my friends have told me I am.
Well, it sounds like this poor guy shouldn't be living by himself. That he sounds like he's suffering from mental illness, and that that his family put him in a bad situation.
Do you think he's the asshole for complaining?
No, I can understand. That's hard. That's hard to live with. It's easier when you're not, living with noise at, in the middle of the night. But yeah. God, at first we got like neglectful parents and like asshole relatives that just like stick their brother in an apartment by himself when he's mentally ill. The world is a cold, cruel place.
I don't think he's the asshole. I feel for all mentally ill people. Like, I feel for that.
Sure you do.
I do. I really do. I do. And I won't make excuses for anything like that. But, that's hard to deal with. Cool. I don't think he's the asshole for reporting it, though. I mean, if he has to be up at 1 or 3 in the morning for his job and this person is upstairs banging and yelling and screaming at him and his other personalities, I think you should stand on it. Stand on business. Keep your complaint in. Maybe this will be the best for the guy. The guy may be placed in a home with care or something, and you won't have to deal with that anymore. I stand on business. Do not remove that complaint. That's how I feel about it.
You think this guy's issue would be the same if he didn't have his like bougie Australia clients that he has to deal with at 1 a.m. or whatever? No. That's my point. So this was written in a way to justify why he did that so that he doesn't feel like the asshole. So 3 words: noise canceling headphones. Earplugs. Put them fucking in and just sleep. Leave the fucking guy alone.
But what if he's doing all of that screaming while his meetings are going on?
I understand, but how loud could it be from upstairs to downstairs Okay, just put your, and if he's on Zoom meetings, he should be wearing fucking
That's
headphones
true.
anyway.
That's true.
Or earphones. Now, don't listen. If, and I say this with a couple of caveats, okay? If the upstairs neighbor, the person alone, is dangerous, if this person has acted out in a violent way, that's one thing. If the person just makes noise, he can't help it, right? That he's in a terrible situation.
Yeah.
Should you get him evicted? No. How about call somebody to help?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, call your county services, maybe the VA, if he's older, if he's a veteran, maybe he has PTSD. You don't know, right? What's causing it. By the way, would he feel better with his bougie fucking surfboard client, Australian clients, if this guy were a veteran of Iraq or Afghanistan, going through PTSD, had noises of bombings going off in his head and just couldn't sleep? But and then he got him evicted and thrown out on the streets. Would he be? Would that be better?
No.
So Eric disagrees with both of you. Fuck that guy and his bullshit Zoom meetings. Get some fucking earplugs and go to sleep. And by the way, you live in a complex with 10 fucking buildings. Somebody's going to be making noise at all times. This idea of quiet time in an apartment is bullshit. I lived in an apartment when I first got separated. They had the quiet hours like they posted. Nobody fucking adhered to those. And what good was complaining going to do? And by the way, and I'll tell you this story later if you really want to know, or Jen will probably tell you just to wrap me up. But for a long time, the rules of the complex didn't apply to me.
Oh, I know.
They applied to like regular tenants, not me, because I was friends with the owner. Okay, but still, I mean, like the whole idea, like, well, there's quiet time. Shut up. you know how big that complex has to be with 10 buildings in it. Yeah. Even if they're just 4-unit quadplexes, you still got 40 units there with 40 different people, families, children. And if it's an upstairs, downstairs, if it's a 2-story units, and there's people above her, there's only so much you're going to be able to, cancel out anyway. Have a fucking heart.
Okay. Wait.
I know she can't take it.
I know you well enough to know that you're not okay with it.
Exactly.
In your
Eric
residence.
would not be okay with that.
You would.
No, but the question is not what Eric do. Question is he the asshole? Yes, he is. Listen, let's get this straight. What I do or don't do doesn't change whether I'm an asshole or not. I could still be an asshole either way. And yes, I would be the asshole, but that's not the question. What would I do? The question is he the asshole? So yes, he is.
I don't think so.
I think he is.
It would be hard to live with that.
And by the way, let me just say, Jennifer's right. I hate uber noisy neighbors. It's hard to concentrate.
You hate noisy people in the hallway of the office.
I do. But there's a difference in that. In an office building, okay, the tenant should control his clients or visitors.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I understand parents should control their kids. This particular situation is different. This is an adult with some kind of mental health issue. Yeah. Okay. There's nobody there to scold him or ground him. So that's also in part why I tend to be reacting as strongly as I do. Right. And my own mother had issues later in life with dementia and things. So I'm a bit more sensitive to it. It sounds like he just needs help, not a fucking eviction notice.
Yeah.
And by the way, what would serve this guy right is if he got like a tenants' rights group and kept him there for fucking years.
Oh my God.
Okay. And dragged it out. That's what he gets. So.
No, the guy definitely needs help, but it's not that easy to get help for someone unless they're suicidal or pose a danger to themselves or others. That you really can't get help just for someone who's acting out and is mentally ill. It's not easy. The family would need to do something.
Yeah, and the family seems to have given up on him.
I'm saying, or maybe there's a depending on where they are, there might be a nonprofit group to help elderly or older people with dementia or mental health issues. Much of the people you see that are homeless, unfortunately, are also suffering from mental health issues. And that's where this guy would land. Now, somebody's paying his rent. Yeah. Somebody's buying his groceries, right? He's already a step ahead of what the next worst thing could be. So just fucking suck it up. Okay?
Yeah.
That's all.
No, I think the asshole is the family who just stuck him there. And
we don't know all the whole story about it. I know what you're saying.
We don't know the whole story.
Because if that's the case and the guy was completely incapable, he'd start.
Yeah.
Right.
You have
So
to-
somebody's
yeah.
either making his meals or he's at least somewhat able to be self-sufficient.
Yeah, I think he's like okay enough during the day. Maybe just night is when
Well, that's what leads me to believe that it might be more of like a PTSD thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Or some kind of night
Yeah.
terrors or trauma, right?
That's true.
Because I can say, if he was like this all the time, how's he cook for himself? How's he eat? How's he shower or bathe? How does he, all that stuff? How's he pay his bills? All that stuff. So even if his family does a lot of that, if nobody's there with him, right, the guy would starve. So I just think there's something more to it. And Mr. Steak and Lobster, Surf and Turf, Australia, asshole should, be a bit more sympathetic. So you know what? Fuck him and his clients.
All right.
I hope he loses those clients.
Oh my God.
From the fucking noise in the middle of his Zoom meeting, okay? I hope they're like, all right, oi, what's all that noise, mate? Or whatever. Fuck them, okay?
I'm gonna make some noise during your next Zoom meeting and see how that
Are
goes
you?
over with you.
Is there another
He will
office
kick
can
you
work
out of
in?
the office.
Because he slams the door if we're too loud outside.
I know.
Look at his laughing.
Guys, this is a law office, okay? I know it's hard to believe from our podcast, but this is an office of attorneys, okay?
Yes. All right. Next one is what would Eric do?
Okay.
Title is Neighbor from Hell and the Pile of Gravel. Hello. I am in need of your counsel.
Hello. Sorry. Hi-ho.
She's in need of counsel to determine, or he, I don't know what it is, to determine the validity of a claim and if we really do need to get a lawyer. We live in an HOA community with very narrow streets. During the day, we do not have any limits to parking in the street. Our neighbor across the street was getting some yard work done and had gravel dumped in front of his house beneath the curb where a car would park. We had a landscaper working on our front yard the other day, and he parked his pickup truck with the trailer hitched in front of our house. This was early morning, like 7 a.m., and there's usually not much traffic through our street in the mornings. A person who identifies themselves as a resident from a street over came to our door asking for our landscaper's information, alleging that due to the landscaper's fault, the resident took the street turn fast, and because the sun blinded them as they were heading eastbound on our street, the resident drove into the pile of gravel and damaged his car and are seeking damages now. They asked if we had the footage from that morning. Before we sent them any video, we reviewed it ourselves. In the span of 40 minutes, the landscaper was working there. There are snippets of him working on our yard and the cars passing by with no issues. There is no specific moment where we can see any car or hear that the car hit anything else. I am unsure as to which car was damaged since I don't think this person gave their car any detail. Well, out of solidarity and because we did not see our landscaper be in the wrong since he was parked correctly, we sent the video to him and told them to communicate directly as we did not want to be in the middle of this. The resident has now texted my husband the following. Hey, so just an update. Your contractor does not want to take any accountability. I have received footage of the accident and documented photos. Since he was not willing to settle to anything and not go to court nor be sued, I unfortunately will have to have my lawyer send my payment request and court appearance request to your location because he has yet to disclose the one of the landscaping company, leaving me screwed over. I much would rather have handled this off-road due to understanding. I much rather have handled this off-road due to understanding, but you guys are not. Sorry to ruin your day with this news. We think that because this accident happened in the public property, we are not liable for this, right? Our landscaper was also parked correctly. If it's anyone's fault, it should be the owner of the gravel. What would you do in this situation?
I don't know. It's either the guy threatening to sue sounds like it sounds like it's either a scam or he's just an entitled asshole.
I think it's bullshit.
I don't know. Like yeah, that's messed up. That could have happened to anyone.
Yeah. It's not my fucking fault. You don't know how to drive and you turned wrong and drove into the gravel.
I mean, like the sun's in your eyes. You're gonna sue the sun.
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly. That's just. What are your thoughts?
So what would Eric do?
Yeah.
First, because I'm a lawyer, I would respond in writing, and I would take a piece of paper, and I would put my hand over the paper with the middle finger, and I would trace a drawing.
That's not what I thought when he said. Respond in writing.
Put it in an envelope and hand it to him along with the word "fuck you." Okay. No, the fucking homeowner's not liable. The landscaper's not liable. Even the gravel guy is probably not liable. Okay. This guy is just butthurt because he drives like a moron and scratched his car or his friend's car, whatever the fuck it is. Honestly, I mean, I would probably be a little bit nicer at first. Like, look, appreciate the position you find yourself in. Wish there was something I could do to help, but there's not. Fuck off.
off of it too.
Hmm.
Okay, we're back now. Yeah, we're good.
Okay, all I'm saying is, the fact that this guy didn't drive well or couldn't plan for the sun or couldn't put his fucking visor down, put on some sunglasses or whatever, that's nobody else's fault but his.
And he admitted it was his fault. He was driving too fast, and he had to turn really fast because he didn't realize the car was...
He didn't have to turn fast. He didn't have to do anything.
Exactly.
Part of that, I feel like he's just making that up to justify his demand. You know, so what this sounds like to me is it sounds like somebody fucked up, and they don't want to pay for their own fuck up. And so they're trying to find a slick way to make somebody else pay for their fuck up. And so, again, if you're at it, what would Eric do? Eric would very calmly and nicely tell this guy to go fuck himself.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. It's some asshole who won't take personal responsibility.
Yeah.
And wants to blame everyone else.
I would literally tell him, okay, you can shit in one hand and wish in the other and see which fulfills first.
I would then put gravel in front of my house now. Fuck you.
Actually, I'd put gravel in the envelope with the middle finger and then I'd hand it to him that way.
That would actually be funnier. Yeah. All right. Next one.
Okay.
Let's see. Am I the asshole for spraying my neighbor with a hose? I, 19 female, moved into a new house about 4 months ago. I'm a Muslim. Is that how they say it? I'm a Muslim? Wouldn't it be I'm Muslim?
I don't know what they say.
I'm a Muslim. I just feel like that doesn't sound right. Anyways, okay. And
no,
so
it's okay. I'm a Muslim. I'm a Jew. I'm a Catholic. Whatever.
Oh, okay. I thought
just like, I mean, I don't know why this is important. Maybe there's some kind of.
I don't know.
No, I'm saying maybe there's some kind of,
Oh, no,
discrimination.
It does. It does.
Okay.
Everyone else in this neighborhood is Muslim as well. Everyone is chilling.
Everyone.
Yeah, everyone. They live in a Muslim. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Live in a mosque? Sorry, go ahead.
Jen just rolls her eyes, everyone. Everyone here is chill and minds their own business, except my old ass neighbor. She's like the religion police, and she tries to tell everyone how they should dress and that God doesn't allow this and that. So cut to the chase. A month ago, my brother was going to the gym, and he had on a gym tank top, and his tattoos were visible. In my religion, some say tattoos are a sin, and some say tattoos are okay. It's a debate because it was never written if it is or is not in the Quran. Yeah. When he came back from the gym, he went inside, and when he came back out, there was mud all over his car with the words "shameful" carved into the mud. My brother is really shy and introverted, so he just hosed down his car and left it alone. A week later, she saw my mother wearing makeup, and she cursed at her for wearing makeup. My mom pretended not to hear her and keep the peace and not start problems. For weeks, there was cursing at my family members, mud thrown on my brother's car, took a golf club to our garden. She would sit outside and watch us like a hawk. She would make comments about how we were in and out of the house at all times of the night. But now, present day, I'm heading off to school, and I'm in a course that requires you to wear scrubs. It's 7 a.m., and I'm walking to my car. This trifling old lady turned on her fucking sprinklers as soon as she saw me, and now I'm fucking soaked. She proceeds to tell me that I'm going to hell for not being more modest, and God is going to punish me. So I walked to my water hose with the high-pressure nozzle on, and I cranked that shit up, and I fucking sprayed her ass. She started screaming and then pretends to faint. I know she pretended because when I walked away to go back inside and change, she got up and started cursing me out again. I told my mom what happened, and now she's making me apologize to her, saying I was wrong. So am I really in the wrong, or did I overreact here? Because I'm not sure. I have a short temper, and it might seem like a bigger deal to me than it might seem to other people.
Wait. A Muslim with a short temper? Come on, shut the front door.
But she's asking, do you think she's the asshole?
I'm getting the worst looks right now.
Look, this bitchy old lady wrecked the brother's car.
Yep.
No, I think she should spray her every single time she does something like that. Mm-hmm. Seriously, not only do I think she's not the asshole, but I think she should do more of what she did. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thoughts?
I'm afraid I'm going to have to disagree.
You don't think she's the... You think she's the asshole for that?
Absolutely.
Really? Even after what she did?
This is not going to be popular, and you guys aren't going to like this, okay? But I have a personal belief that we need to treat elderly with respect. Oftentimes, they are embedded in old school traditions. That's all they know. They can't help it. And rather than cause them an early heart attack or whatever, I would just smile. Now, I come from a large family. Mm-hmm. I had lots of older aunts and uncles and stuff. And yes, I have my share of family members that are over dramatic and are over religious and, mm-hmm. Keep the Sabbath really strictly and get mad if you don't and all of the above. I get it. Mm-hmm. But, at the end of the day, sometimes you just have to turn the other cheek. That's what Christianity teaches. Oh, I forgot. They're not Christians.
No, they're
I take that all back.
Yeah. So you're
Of course,
telling me...
of course that old bitch is the asshole.
Also,
I wouldn't put up with that.
An update. She removed the lug nuts off of mine and my brother's car. 3 out of 5 were missing on both cars as well.
I would. Okay.
my God.
So honestly, you know what Eric would do? Eric would.
Which is fucking crazy.
No, I would install a camera system.
Yeah.
I would record it, and then I would file a police report.
Can you imagine your white Lexus that you used to have? You walk outside and there's shameful. It's covered in mud, and then she carved out shameful in the mud on your white Lexus you used to have. You would go crazier.
I don't know. Depends. I mean, look, sometimes I do things that people won't like. Maybe I deserved it.
No, you wouldn't. You would have a fit.
You don't understand. But here's the thing. Here's the difference between me and this poster.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I would have an internal fit, but I would never let them see me get upset. I would just
I'm
plot.
closing that bitch down.
No, I would plot my revenge calmly, succinctly, okay, strategically, cerebrally,
Mm-hmm.
and I would get mine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that bitch will learn.
You're gonna get your lick back.
No.
Have you learned that term yet?
Yes,
Yeah.
and nobody fucks. Hey, nobody fucks with my whip.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly.
No, but I'm serious. I would plan out the most methodical revenge on this old nasty cunt,
Yep.
and she will never, however short she's got left,
Mm-hmm.
okay, will ever think about fucking with me or anybody associated with me again.
Do you want to know why she's so angry though? Because I read through the comments. The old lady. I guess she had a talk with the lady's daughter. And the daughter is saying that she does this to anyone who moves into the house because her ex-husband used to live in that house. So when she got a divorce, her ex-husband moved to the next door house. But when he got married again, his new wife didn't want to live next to her and they moved. So she's been bitter ever since and does this to everyone who moves in. Which, honestly, fuck you. I know why your husband fucking left, bitch.
I was going to say, yeah, he's for sure.
You can't really blame that.
No, I mean, if, not according to the way this is written. I mean, if she's even half of, the cunt that they're portraying her to be.
Literally.
Look, you know what the bottom line is? Okay, she should shameless these nuts. Okay, fuck this lady. Okay.
Yeah, fuck this lady. That might be one of, I don't know what I'd do, honestly. I'd be in jail.
I know. Do you notice that you really do go from like 0 to incarceration?
I'm a Gemini.
I don't know what that means. My mom was a Gemini. She wouldn't go to jail. My
you
mom
didn't
would
see her mad.
I did lots of times. My mom would.
Was she a May Gemini?
No, June 12th.
Oh, that's crazy. I'm June 10.
So there you go. So my mom would have plotted her methodical revenge right next to me.
I'm hood though. We
Fair.
go. That would be my excuse. I was raised in Crenshaw.
My mom's was a nice Jewish lady from New Jersey. So okay, fair enough.
Exactly. All right.
maybe if I had hood mom, she'd be
exactly. I guess she would. She would.
So basically, you're saying that you would just put your hair up right away and start walking over like fuck this.
Yeah, I would have beat her ass. I'm not even gonna lie. I would beat her ass.
Yeah, but then you get in trouble.
Right. Got to remember that.
I'd go to
Sometimes the best revenge is just watching people constantly try to get you and not succeed.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So just take it with a happy face, like, "Hi, Mrs. So and So, how are you today?"
No, I know. Look. Here's the problem. Okay, if the entire I'm being serious now. I'm not gonna Muslim bash or anything like that. If the entire neighborhood is Muslim, if this is a community, and they all have to live there at some point together, right? You may want to de-escalate that a little bit, right?
Is that a thing though? Just like Muslim community?
I mean, there are probably neighborhoods, just like there are neighborhoods that are very saturated with Jews or Catholic. I mean, just depends. So if that's really like a situation, there's a risk that other also more religious neighbors or people in the community are going to cause a problem, and if they see each other at their local mosques or the restaurants they go to or whatever. So you have to consider that, a little bit, like there's maybe some community backlash. But otherwise, I would really go out of my way to fuck with this lady. And I would do it smartly. Like I would hire people, right? So like it didn't tie back to me. And it would be benign. Like I'd let the air out of her tires, or I'd like paint her door red or something. I know what I would do.
Oh my God.
No, actually what I would do, this is terrible, but I know me, I'd do it. I would take the mezuzahs, the Jews, we have those, we put them on the outside of our door.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I would put them on her house.
Oh, my God.
A big cross on the front door.
Right. Big fuck, I would like big fucking Star of David on her lawn. There we go.
Uh-huh. All right. Next one is this one. Okay. Yeah, the last one was the asshole. Yeah, okay. So this is what would Eric do? Inherited a neighbor feud, and she has made multiple false reports to animal control and code compliance. This is harassment, isn't she? That's just the title. I'm going to try to keep this short. My grandma bought a house in the 70s, and she's had issues with the next door neighbor from the time they moved in. So this has been going on since the 70s. Yes. When my granny had cancer, the neighbor asked who would be getting the house. My granny told the neighbor that it's staying in the family. I moved in with my granny in 2010, and she died in 2014. The day after my grandmother died, the neighbor came to the house and asked who's getting the house. Me and my mother told her that we own the house now. Before my grandmother died, I had a mixed breed. A few days after I got him, my neighbor was in her car in the alley looking into my yard. I asked her what she was doing, and she sped off. Since then, almost once a month, she would call animal control or code compliance. When I took over the house, I fully accept that I wasn't able to keep the yard properly maintained. I told the city I am low income, don't have a lawnmower, and I'm doing the best I can with what I have. So the city charged me $400 to mow my yard. I didn't know why they charged that much, but whatever. Once I was able to afford a regular mower, she started calling animal control. My dogs are not aggressive. They boop noses with fucking squirrels. She made numerous false reports about my dogs. I had to install a fence for a breed that I don't even own. She reported that I had known aggressive dogs on my property, which resulted in a search from animal control. There was no such dog on my property. She claimed my dogs trapped her in her car, and they were in the house with me that day. She claimed my dogs charged at her. Me and my dogs were in another city that day. It got to the point where animal control wouldn't listen to me, telling them that she's lying and threatened to put down my dogs because they are tired of dealing with this. So I had to relocate my dogs. She's had my water shut off for a false claim of water leak on my property. There was no water leak. It was a rain puddle on her property. She broke the lock to my new gate, let my dogs out, called animal control. One of my dogs was thrown in jail for the weekend, and I had to pay $250 to get him back. This has to be harassment, right? I don't know what to do. It seems like she's found a legal loophole to make my life hell. The most recent false complaint is encroachment of the alley. My tree was severely damaged in an ice storm and is still recovering. She will keep calling the city until I cut down the tree. I need help. I don't have parties. My dogs don't even bark. My other neighbors don't even have an issue with me. There is no HOA. This neighbor is just from hell. I think she's trying to force me to sell the house. What do you think I should do?
Sell the house?
No, it's her granny's house.
I can't believe her grandma lasted with this bitch since the 70s. That's amazing.
Why is the other bitch still kicking? That's my biggest problem.
Wow.
Why is she still kicking? Because if her granny died, why is she still alive?
Is it possible that the neighbor may have some dementia if she's old, and maybe she just believes this is happening, but maybe really isn't?
No. But she said she's been a bitch since the 70s.
Oh, I mean, well, but now it might be different. I mean, there's a difference between bitchiness and having a break with reality, and not because I mean, if she's saying like there are certain dogs that aren't there, and she's mislabeling the breed. Maybe she sees something that nobody else is seeing. Like maybe she has some delusions, or I don't know.
Yeah, but the way she's contacting all these government agencies.
That's fair. She seems lucid enough.
Yeah, like it seems like she knows what she's doing, and it seems like she knows like what Like, I don't know. It's just something I think she wants the house, honestly.
Maybe. So,
I think she wants the house.
Is the question, what would Eric do?
Yeah.
Eric would start fostering a bunch of dogs all at once. And, because you're doing community service when you do that, right? There are dogs that need to be fostered, taken out of shelters so they won't be euthanized. I would take like 7 at a time. Mm-hmm. You think she's confused and crazy now? Wait till there's 7 different kinds of dogs running around my backyard.
Well, that's true. And she's going to get in trouble for just doing normal things.
Right. Then fucking go for it.
She might as well just go out of her way to make this woman's life a living hell.
This leads me, right, that's exactly my first night of class in criminal law. Our professor was an actual sitting judge for Los Angeles County Superior Court.
Right.
Because I went to law school at night, so he taught night classes. And the first sort of lesson he gave us was he said, listen, guys, he says, whether you rob a 7-Eleven or you rob, for $12 or you rob B of A for $12,000, you're going to do the same, 10 to 15 years. Mm-hmm. So you might as well go for the bank.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, so that's what I'm saying, right?
Exactly.
Jenna was right. If this lady's going to fuck with me anyway, then I'll make it worth my while.
Exactly.
For sure. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. I don't know.
Too.
It feels like all these neighbor stories are just crazy old people. That's the other option. Just move to a fucking younger community.
That too.
Move to a dog-friendly, trailer park or something. I don't know.
That too. All right. Ready for the next one?
Yes.
Am I the asshole for telling my neighbor to go back to her country?
Oh, but.
Wow.
I'm going to say yeah.
For context, I'm Mexican. This is a Mexican lady telling some other lady to go back to her country.
Oh my God, is the other lady Honduran? Because there's
No,
I only know that because our nepo baby's parents are like Mexican, Honduran, or El Salvador.
El Salvador. I'm Honduran.
Right, El Salvador. That's what it was.
Yeah.
El Salvador, because I know there's beef.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay.
So a lady from Mexico is telling somebody else to go back to their country.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay. I live in an apartment complex with amenities, 24/7 security, etc. And most of our neighbors are retired Americans or Canadians. For me, it has been very enriching to live here with them because sometimes you can just talk with them about their life, their culture, their experience, etc.
I mean, like you could do with any other fucking neighbor that you're nice to.
Exactly.
Okay, but I guess, all right, sorry. Go ahead.
But, like always, there is that uncomfortable neighbor. She is an American lady, 50, 60.
I already feel like this lady's the uncomfortable, that neighbor. Go ahead. Okay.
I always say good morning to her and she never answers. Once when I was using the pool with my friend, she yelled at us because we were using 2 lounge chairs to put our towels on and that it was selfish when there were so many other chairs there. She has opened my packages with the excuse that she thought they were theirs. She speaks badly to the security guards and always parks in my spot even though she has her assigned spot. I have left written notes asking her to kindly not park in my places, but she ignores them. Many times I prefer to avoid conflict and I'd rather park in the street anyways. One specific day, I needed to park in my place because I had bought many groceries. As always, she was parked in my place. I told a guard to please tell her to move. The guard went to ask her to please move her car. With a bad attitude, she went down and started yelling at me in English. Why we were bothering her and if there are other places to park. I told her yes, I understood, it's annoying, but that this was my place and that if she just told me where her parking spot was, I could just park there without a problem. She got angrier and then yelled at me, "That's my fucking place." I answered smiling very calm and I said, "Well, this is mine." My patience started to run low. On her windshield, there was a note that I had left the day before asking her again to please move her car. She grabbed the paper, tore it into little pieces and screamed, "Whiny bitch," and she threw it in my face. My patience was almost done here. The guard, who doesn't speak English very well, tried to tell her that it was better for everyone to occupy our assigned places to avoid conflicts. She replied with blah, 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 "You ape man. That's why in my country, we don't want your fucking people, you filthy rats." Patience gone. And then I yelled back at her, "Then go back to your fucking country, you whiny bitch." I began to tell her that she needed to change her attitude and that she wasn't doing us any favors and that she has to respect others. The guard looked shocked. I was furious. My blood was boiling. She quickly walked away, threatened to sue me, and that she was going to get me kicked out of the complex. I started crying because I was so mad, but also because I felt really bad for saying those things. The guard just stood there and told me in Spanish, it was "Pinche vieja, muchas gracias, señorita," which means "fucking old lady, thank you so much, ma'am," and gave me a high five. As soon as I left, I began to feel very guilty and I cried more. I don't usually react like this, but I can't stand someone who is so arrogant with others. Besides that, her comments were very unnecessary. If she hates us Mexicans so much, why does she come to live in our fucking country? I guess it's in Mexico. Oh, in our country. Am I the asshole here?
Oh, wait. Okay, so
I think this is in Mexico.
They're actually in Mexico.
Yeah, she didn't say that. She said I'm Mexican, but she said in our country. I guess they're in Mexico. Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's very different than what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like some white Karen, telling someone to go back to their country.
Yeah, no, this was in Mexico. Yeah.
Wow.
Huh.
All right.
So,
no, that old white lady sounds horrible.
Oh, yeah. She said that someone asked, she lives in a country, she lives in Mexico, and it's in a city where there are many Americans there. So I guess people just retire in that.
Yeah, a lot of people do that.
Yeah, okay, that's what she said. Okay.
I guess Karen's got to
So
be Karen,
apparently
wherever she is.
she was so angry and so upset that she immediately sped to her laptop to get on Reddit and write about this.
This is what I think. Honestly, this is what I think. I think she's one of those very, very nice people who don't like confrontation. That's what it sounds like, especially when she says she cried about it after. That she doesn't sound like the bad person. She doesn't sound like an asshole, and she sounds like she's one of those people that just let everything just pass. Like she's like very, doesn't like conflict, avoids it at any cost. I don't think she's the asshole. I feel really bad for her, actually. I think that, she was being really nice. And the fact that she made her cry, that's so bitchy. That old lady made her cry. I hope that lady goes to hell.
I tend to agree. I don't think she's the asshole. And you want to know what I would do? I would take my car and I would block her in.
Yeah.
In my own spot. I would make her come get me to move my car so she could get out.
Mm-hmm. You whiny bitch.
I would do that every time. Every time that bitch was in my spot, I would just block her. 100% until she either stopped doing it or used her own spot or whatever.
I start opening her packages.
And let me just tell you, now that I know that I got the security guard on my side,
exactly,
I will put all sorts of shit in her way just to give her a taste. But again, that's me. I tend to, I take things, Look, you can tell our audience about the sign I made in the hallway. I mean,
yeah.
This will give our listeners an idea. Now, our 1,100 plus, an idea of like how I deal with bad neighbors. But
so in our office, there's like a little, what would you call it? A little hole in the wall, I guess.
A little nook.
Yeah, that's random.
Like by the hallway.
There, yeah. And someone, we still don't know who, every day, well, they stopped now, but they used to constantly, they used to take their bag of trash with their lunch, whatever that, mind you, we are on a floor that is only like medical buildings or like dentists. So whatever shit came out of there, they put it in the bag and they would set it outside, just right next. And our apartment, our office is right in front of where they would just leave their trash. It would stink. It looks so disgusting and everything. So Eric made a sign telling them, would you like to say what you wrote?
Said, to the classless neighbor who on an amazingly regular basis leaves their nasty, smelly, stinky trash in the hallway, right? Please stop. Or especially because you could take a 3-second elevator ride to the garage and use an actual trash can. Please stop.
Guys, the worst part is people come in the afternoons and take out our trash anyways. So you can just imagine how much it stinks, that the fact that they feel the need to take it out and put it in the hallway instead of leaving it in the room. That's the worst part to me. People come and take the trash out in the afternoon. What the fuck is the issue? So, yep.
So that should give you guys an idea of how I handle neighbors that I think are inconsiderate or rude or irresponsible. You know, so some of these stories, kind of hit a nerve and trigger me a little bit. All
right. Next one. And this is just what Eric would do. I think my roommate may be poisoning me.
Oh, you don't say.
Okay. I'm a 25 female and I live in Seattle. So it's not California. But I just moved here a few months ago from New York City because of my dream job. And I was so excited. I work as a data analyst and I make very comfortable living.
Oh, she works for Microsoft.
It felt like my life was finally starting to fall into place. The only thing I needed was a place to live.
The only thing.
That's
so minor.
I mean, she could get like a little cardboard box.
I'm just saying, no, life is good. I just have nowhere to live. But otherwise, everything's fucking great.
She took to Facebook because she figured that's where the best place to find a roommate would be.
Yes, that's my first thought too.
Exactly.
I need a place to live and I need a roommate. Fucking Facebook.
Yeah. I found this girl, let's call her Kate, and she seemed perfect. She said that her
name is Catherine. Go ahead. Sorry.
She said that her and her boyfriend were in a 2-bedroom apartment that was very spacious, in a great location, and were looking for someone to rent the room. She said she was a 7th grade English teacher and her boyfriend was a physical therapist. All her interests and hobbies seemed to align perfectly with mine, so I agreed to live with them. I moved in 1 month after initially finding each other, and everything started off great. Kate and I were friendly and had good conversation when we would interact. One day, however, I got home and I seemed to be in a very bad mood. And she seemed to be in a very bad mood. I asked her about it and she ignored me and walked into her room. I didn't think anything of it, but then I received a text from her that read, "I know you want to fuck my boyfriend." And that's all she wrote. I was very confused because that was completely untrue. I have been cheated on in the past and know how devastating it is. I would never want to inflict that pain onto someone else. Then there were more text exchanges and everything seemed to be good. But then when I saw her in person, she continued to act weird, but I just brushed it off. The next day, however, she began to act very nice and sweet, even offered me a smoothie because she knew I was too busy in the morning to make breakfast. I accepted and went about my day. The smoothies continued every morning and I just thought that she was being nice. Now I am experiencing some symptoms and I think I'm a bit scared. My hair has started to fall out and my hormones have been all over the place. Why'd you make that? I wasn't trying to laugh.
Oh my God.
I have developed.
Yeah, you did.
You made a face and it made me laugh.
Uh-huh.
All right. I have developed some weird stomach issues and I get headaches all the time now, and this is all new to me. It may be that the move and all this change is affecting my health, but it does seem to have started around the times the smoothies did. I don't know how to catch her and see if I'm right, and I don't want to seem rude and stop accepting the smoothies if I'm wrong. I don't know what to do, and I need some advice. What would you do?
Get the smoothie analyzed. Go to the police if necessary.
Stop fucking taking the smoothies from this bitch. Just say, no, I'm good. Thank you. Actually, I'm going to pick up breakfast this morning.
Yeah, she really is poisoning her. I mean, she should go to the police.
She actually wasn't poisoning her, but I want to hear your there's an update to this.
Oh, okay. Well, I had two thoughts. First, what should she do? Well, if she's in the tech field, data analyst, whatever, set up a fucking camera.
Yeah.
Like, watch her put the ingredients in. That'll give you some definitive proof.
House?
You can put up a little webcam or mobile cam or set up your phone or do something.
Even pens are like, some pens have cameras.
Yeah, they have spy pens and shit. They're pretty common now. Get something like that. Just find out, number one. Number two, Jennifer's right. You can always take it
Yeah.
You know, and you can take it to an independent lab. It's costly.
Yeah.
Right. But they'll analyze the contents of it. But it feels like maybe the boyfriend is the one that wanted her, got caught wanting her.
Probably.
Twisted around like, no, she's coming on to me all the time. Right. Because it just like that is a very random, out of nowhere text to send to someone.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we're glossing over like the elephant in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Like, imagine you come home and your female roommate who has a boyfriend like ignores you, treats you like, you know, in a super cunty way. You go to your room like not knowing what the fuck, and then you get a text.
I know you want to fuck my boyfriend.
Right. It's like that movie, like, I know what you did last summer. Right. Like, what the fuck? There's no way that was random.
No.
Right. And what would so you have to ask yourself, what would make her develop that opinion?
Mm-hmm.
Right. How did she form that opinion? I'll tell you how. Because she caught her fucking boyfriend jerking off to a photo he took of her or some shit. I'm telling you, there's something else. Or he installed like a fucking camera in her room or something.
Oh, that would be weird.
I'm just saying there's something about that we're not focusing enough on.
I have the update. It's okay.
Well, all right. Well, all right.
Okay, you have something else?
It seems very strange that she didn't ask her talk to her after she accused her of that.
They're girls.
They just ignored it.
They're girls.
Really?
That's a good point.
No,
No, because
I would think actually the opposite.
the guy code,
guys would ignore it.
No, that's
and
right.
Girls would talk about it to death.
Guy code is totally different.
Yeah,
Guy
they talk about it.
code would be like, you know, yo, Jimmy, your girlfriend's hot. If you weren't with her, I'd fuck the shit out of her. And he's like, yeah, I know, man. I'm telling you, I'm lucky. That's how a guy would do it, right? Like, we wouldn't send each other texts like, bro, I know you want to fuck my girlfriend. We would openly say it. Hell yeah, I want to. You know, if you ever break up, just know. You trust me with your life, not your money or your wife. That's the guy code 101 right there.
Okay, well, the update was she went to the hospital because everyone in the comments was telling her, go to the hospital, go get checked. She wasn't technically, well, not to her knowledge, poisoning her. She was making her protein shakes because she wanted her to get fat. So she wouldn't seem attractive. She didn't want her to be attractive anymore because her boyfriend had cheated on her in the past. So she was insecure that her boyfriend was going to cheat on her because she looked good. So she was trying to get her fat. But it turned out the girl had an allergic reaction to the protein. And that's why she was going through all of this, because she was allergic to protein.
Wow.
Yep. Yep.
I'm not going to lie. It's pretty fucking savage.
Yep. And she was like, we talked it out. She was like, yeah. And she was just like, honestly, I just wanted you to get fat because I thought like that you wouldn't be attracted to my boyfriend.
And they're cool now.
Yeah, they're cool now.
Wow.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
Next one is, we have two left. All right. Am I the asshole? And this is personally one of my favorite stories I've ever read. So just hear it out.
So, okay. So audience, we should prep everyone. So this has got to be some kind of like child drowning.
No. It's not. It's really funny, actually.
All right.
It's really funny.
Okay.
All right.
We'll see if everybody thinks.
This is so funny. It got taken off of Reddit and someone screenshot it in time and reposted it and I found it again.
So
like the moderator took that shit off.
So this post violated Reddit's guidelines. Yet you found it that funny
that I went to look for. Yeah, I heard this a long time ago.
Like they literally took it off because it was so bad.
It violated something. I'm not sure what it violated. Jennifer's like, all right, guys, let me hear it. Okay. Title is, Am I the asshole for telling my roommate that her pregnancy is not my problem? All right. The girl that I live with, Kay, is pregnant and is due early next year. Of course, she seems excited to have a baby, but at the same time, she has been making her pregnancy my problem. I get that pregnancy is going to affect her physically in many ways, but Kay has been a pain in the ass to deal with. I had to throw out all the bananas because she was complaining about how strong the smell was. She isn't helping with cooking or cleaning as much as she used to. Kay cries about almost everything. It's annoying as hell. Her pregnancy is making her vomit, which I expected, but sometimes the vomiting is so intense, and once she pretty much projectile vomited on the floor because she claimed she couldn't make it to the bathroom. Of course, I had to clean that vomit up. Over the past few months, she has been asking me to get things from the store, even on good days when she isn't feeling sick. When I asked her why she couldn't get up and go to the store herself, she said, well, I'm not the pregnant one. She said that he wasn't the pregnant one. So this is where I may be the asshole. Kay has been asking me to drive her to her appointments, which I did once, but then it became a constant thing of her asking me, and I kept refusing. This is what happened the other day. She asked me to take her to the clinic, and I said no because I was busy that day. She kept pleading with me, and finally I had enough and kind of snapped. I told her that she is the only one responsible for her pregnancy, and do not make it my problem, so that she needs to stop making it by asking me to constantly do favors for her. She started crying and I left because I couldn't take it anymore. I know I may have been I know I may have been harsh to a pregnant lady, but I don't feel like I need to be her personal servant. Am I the asshole?
Okay, first of all, why did this violate Reddit's policy?
I have a little update, but you guys have to.
Okay. I just
your thoughts on that.
Okay, just because you're pregnant doesn't mean you're disabled. You know, you could do everything anyone else does when you're pregnant. You can drive yourself, you can walk around, right. You can do whatever. So this person shouldn't. She's not her caretaker. It's ridiculous.
Eric, thoughts?
I'll tell you what. This is probably gonna get me in some trouble, but it sounds like the pregnant person has just figured out how to manipulate this other idiot to get the things that she wants done without having to do it herself. And honestly, those of us that are, of superior intellects know how to do that. Now, this is me getting in trouble is about to start, okay? I don't make my bed in the morning. But I just made it known that I like to have a clean, freshly made bed. And it's done.
Yeah.
See, and I don't have to do it anymore. All right, Mr. Superior Intellect. Do you think that was an intelligent thing to say to the person who makes the bed? Because I'm not making that bed anymore.
No, I'm just using it as an example.
I am so done with
that. I don't mean that. I don't mean that literally. I'm just saying as an example.
Yeah, the intelligence is an interesting thing.
Can I change your mind?
Yes.
Can I change your mind right now?
Help a brother out. Don't forget.
Someone commented, "Is this your child?" Yes. He is the dad.
Oh,
that's not his fucking roommate. That's his fucking partner. That's his baby.
I did not understand that.
Oh, that really does change things.
Exactly. And then someone said, then yes, the asshole. She's doing all the hard work making your child. The least you can do is be there for her. She seems like she's having an awful time. And he said, again, her pregnancy is her responsibility. I'm waiting for the baby to come so that we could be done with this shit. She's my roommate, and I mean that that's what she's acting like instead of a wife.
Oh.
Here, go give your thoughts now.
Okay. Okay, yeah, this guy is an asshole.
Yep.
Now, I still think that usually, some people have difficult pregnancies. Mm-hmm. I mean, when I was pregnant, I did everything I did before. But people have very different experiences with pregnancy, and the fact that I didn't even understand that this was his wife.
Yep. Look at the way he wrote it.
Well, that's right.
That's concerning.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
thought it was some, asshole needy roommate.
That's what I thought too. That it definitely changes things. No, because I would say up until that point, I'd be like, well, he could phrase it differently, but he's probably not that wrong. If they are really just roommates and she got knocked up by some random guy that she was seeing,
then it would be different.
But this is a whole different. This is. Like, they're married. This is, his wife and his child that she's about to bring into this world.
He said, I can't wait for this child to come so we can get this shit over with. That's
Look,
insane.
I can tell you that having gone through 3 children, or having 3 children, number one, I understood at the very, very, very beginning of the first pregnancy that I will never, ever experience what she's experiencing, and I just need to be patient and just exercise love and tolerance no matter what. Right? Bodies are changing, hormones are changing, right? Yes, morning sickness affects everybody differently. Some people do get it very severely, right? Yes, I know, funny smells all of a sudden throw them off, weird cravings. This guy, and this is her life partner, this is her ride or die. Bullshit. That's awful. Fuck this guy. I'm serious. I mean, Normally, I would make some chauvinistic joke or something. I can't even right now. I honestly can't. And by the way, I take that all back about the bed. I'm really grateful. Very, very.
Do you see what I wanted to look back for this?
Yeah, I get it now. I get it.
See, it wasn't no kid drowning or anything like that.
I still don't understand why it was taken off Reddit.
I don't know. I have no idea. But it took it off. The moderators took that shit off.
It's nothing worse than any other.
No, exactly.
I don't know. I guess each one has their own forum and their own forum moderators. Or
whatever. Right. Well, I feel sorry for this kid that he's going to be father to.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Talk about fucking father of the year. Right. What's he going to do for that kid?
Exactly. All right. Last one.
All right.
My roommate doesn't want to live with me again because I watched Jurassic Park movies while his girlfriend was in our apartment.
What?
I, 22 male, am finishing up my last year of college and live with my best friend. He has a girlfriend that he's been with about for 6 months. She is pretty shy, and whenever she's at her apartment, they are pretty much always just hanging out in my friend's room. They will rarely hang out in the common areas for extended periods of time.
By the way, there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
And it's not because she's shy.
This past weekend, I was scrolling through Netflix to find something to put on in the background while I studied for finals. I found The Land Before Time, which was one of my favorite movies growing up because my older brother used to always play it when he babysat me. So I turned it on and kind of just had it on in the background. My roommate and his girlfriend came by, and the roommate noticed the movie I was watching. He commented how he hadn't seen it in years since he was a kid, and he asked his girlfriend if she's ever seen it, and she said no. She said that she wasn't allowed to watch any movies with dinosaurs because her religion doesn't believe in them, and they believe that the fossils were put in the ground by God as a test. Needless to say, I was just caught off guard with this. Of course, I had a million questions, but for some reason, my brain went towards dinosaur movies instead of religion. I asked her if she had seen any of the Jurassic Park movies, and she said no. I told her some of them are really good and suggested that we had a dinosaur movie marathon. She said she doesn't want to watch any movie that goes against her beliefs. I just said okay and didn't push it, and they quickly retreated back to my roommate's room. But it did kind of make me want to watch all the Jurassic Park movies instead. I had the first two on Blu-ray, so I found those and I started watching them again. Neither my roommate or his girlfriend came out of the room for the rest of the day except to get something from the kitchen or go to the restroom. After I finished the second movie, I left to go meet up with some friends. I stayed at a friend's place that night, and after drinking, and when I got back to my place, my roommate immediately laid into me. He said that I was very disrespectful to his girlfriend by playing Jurassic Park movies immediately after she told me it goes against her religious beliefs. He said I made her very uncomfortable, and they both agreed that I did on purpose to mock her and her beliefs. I told him that I didn't care at all about her beliefs, and all I did was watch movies in my own place. I told him it's not my problem what her religion beliefs are, and if she gets that obsessed about fucking dinosaur movies, then I'm honestly kind of surprised she can go through day-to-day life without having an existential breakdown. He told me that he doesn't want to live with me again after our lease is up at the end of the month. We had already been looking at renewing our lease or finding a new place, but I think they are seriously overreacting. Am I the asshole here?
I can't stop laughing. Oh, wow. That's fabulous.
Yep.
She says dinosaurs are against her religion.
And they were placed in the ground.
He has a Jurassic Park marathon.
And Yep. He said, I can't watch that. It goes against my religion. He goes, got it. I'm going to watch all of them.
This is just testament to whenever you tell someone they can't have something,
they're going to
they want it that much more.
Yep. What would you do, Eric? He would have put on the rest of the Jurassic Park movies too.
I would have found the really gory, dinosaur movies from the 70s, where you see them, chew the body up or whatever. I'd find, Land of the Lost remake, okay, I would have her watch the fucking Sleestacks.
I would literally put up dinosaur posters in my whole room. I'd have little dinosaur plushies everywhere.
I want to know. Yeah. I want to know what religion says.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No. Well, here's my point. I want to know which religion dictates that you can take it in the ass in the other room with your boyfriend, but you can't watch a fucking dinosaur movie.
No, literally.
Seriously, okay?
Oh, now come on. I'm sure they were reading Bible passages.
Yeah, I'm sure.
In the room alone.
Right, I know.
Exactly.
So that's really, I can't really get past that, right? No. God put those there to test us. Really? Did God put, the guy's roommate's cock in your mouth to test you too?
There's a comment about that, and they were like, this almost is as funny as how anal is okay because it's not really sex.
See, that's what I'm saying.
This is literally the same thing. And the comment agreed with you. That's funny.
I didn't even know. By the way, for our audience, I don't see the comments.
Eric doesn't see anything coming at him.
Part of what makes it so funny is these are all random. These are our honest initial reactions to these things.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. In what world is it okay for you to have the premarital sex or whatever, right? But you can't see the fucking T-Rex on the Velociraptor.
And that's what the comment. That's the top comment is not the asshole. I'm sure whatever she and your roommate are doing in his room all the time goes against her religious beliefs, anyways. So everyone's agreeing with it. Everyone's agreeing with that.
Maybe God put nuts on men to test her. Right?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Jen is still laughing of it. She's gonna think about this on her way home today.
I'm gonna have to watch Jurassic Park. I don't even like him that much.
Everyone in support of him. We're watching Jurassic Park today. Okay.
Yeah, I just definitely. I don't see this guy as being an asshole. I mean, I know he did that. Maybe there was a little bit of intentional triggering.
Maybe it just kind of okay. This is the thing.
Felt like it's kind of the thing. Like I could see myself doing something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And knowing maybe they're not going to like it, but if they're in their fucking room anyway,
Yeah.
just leave me alone, right?
I was also going to go to like the psychological version of this, how he was really like just interested in like the dinosaurs. So apparently people with like autism, so you might have a little bit of autism because how you ignored the religious belief and went towards the dinosaurs. Yeah. They have this like fascination with dinosaurs. I don't know what it is, but they're a study. They have a fascination with dinosaurs. So maybe once he heard dinosaurs, like that's where his head went. And he really didn't mean it to be an asshole. He was just like, I'm thinking about dinosaurs. I'm going to put it on. Yeah. And maybe that's what he thought, you know? That's what I think maybe happened. So
I'm not really clear if he did that intentionally or he just thought like, oh, no, dinosaurs.
Yeah. He's like dinosaurs, and you know.
No, I think it's written like that, but I think that there's definitely a little bit of on purpose.
But it could have been his tism, you know. No, if he could have a little tism.
So. I just think that it's so outlandish and absurd for somebody to literally say to you, "This is against my religion." That I mean, I would do the same thing. I wouldn't even think about. I mean, just really?
Eric would just search up dinosaur on Netflix and just put anything that pops up.
I would do a lot more than that. I mean, I would put it on every TV. Like I would, you know, like you can use your phone, like connect to the smartphone, or like TV in the other room. Like,
oh my god,
I would have it everywhere.
He would buy an Apple Home just to have it blaring in every room.
Eric has malicious intentions. Yeah. I'm not sure about this.
And Eric has the money behind it to do all of this.
Well, till the divorce is over, so then we never know.
Yeah, I don't know about the money thing,
but this is, let me just say, this is a great segue into roommates and roommate relationships.
Thank you. I thought it was great too.
So, all right. So this was Karina's not so subtle way of telling me it's time to reward our amazing audience with the bird story. And honestly, I feel like we've hyped it up so much.
And now it's going to not be as
It's going to be a wah kind of thing, but okay. I'll give it, thank you. I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
Right, so here we go. The freshman in college. Mm-hmm. So my birthday is at very end of August, yes. late August. And so when I started my freshman year in college, I went to the University of Arizona. Mm-hmm. Okay. I hadn't yet turned 18.
Right.
I was close. Okay. So I was 17. Off to college. And by the way, I should probably share with the audience how I even got into University of Arizona, because it wasn't on the up and up in a sense, but all right. Well, I'll say that. Maybe I'll say, all right. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is I got in. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I get to my dorm, and the dorm that I had at U of A Tucson was a dorm called Sun Terrace Apartments. Mm-hmm. Sun Terrace was coveted. Okay, because it was honestly and actually a converted apartment building.
Right.
It wasn't these small boxy rooms with like three fucking bunk beds in it and a little hot plate. This had like a little kitchen. Yeah. Had two actual bathrooms. It was a 2-bedroom unit, mm-hmm. right? So and we had like a living room and a balcony.
Yeah.
Okay. And maybe one day when I tell the story, you'll understand that probably how I got in Arizona also probably got me the better dorm, mm-hmm. right? But I had the cream of the crop of the dorms. Like, okay. I had 2 roommates.
Right.
Both of whom were Indian. One was Native American. One was from Calcutta.
Right.
The one from Calcutta, mm-hmm. this is the most fucked up thing. The one from Calcutta was actually the RA of the floor, the resident advisor. That meant I had no fun of any kind in my dorm.
Yeah, that really sucks.
Right. And he took the fucking master bedroom by himself and left me and the Native American roommate in the smaller bedroom.
Well, RAs usually get their own room.
Well, it's not the point. This was like an apartment. This wasn't like he had one little room, right?
Yeah.
And if he was going to have his own room,
he should take the small room. Yeah, it should have. Yeah.
But okay. Yeah. But right. But okay. Right. To give you an idea of what I'm dealing with freshman year. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So me and the other roommate had to share the smaller bedroom. We each had our own twin beds and the whole thing. Right. So I got there on a Wednesday.
Right.
Class started the following Monday. Mm-hmm. So I got there a day or two early. I wanted to get acclimated, maybe understand the campus. All right. So I pick a bed. Mm-hmm. It was completely random. There was one dresser that was shared. I only used 2 drawers. I left the other 2 empty. Mm-hmm. Right. I was trying to be a good roommate. I didn't put any fucking posters up, anything like that. Friday morning, the new roommate shows up. Mm-hmm. And he's got his stuff. He got a little trunk.
Right.
And on top of the trunk is a bird cage. And there's a little bird, or the cockatiels or whatever, like those little ones that are like green and yellow.
Cockatoo.
Whatever
No,
they're
it's a
called.
parrot.
Whatever. No, these are small. Parrots can be big. This is like a small one.
Oh, so it's a cockatoo.
Whatever the fuck it was. But the fucking bird squawked every 20 seconds. Non-fucking stop.
Like a bird does.
Oh, yeah, fine. Okay, fine. Bird just being a bird. So I looked at the roommate, and I'm trying to be nice. First impressions.
Right.
The audience has to understand that the Eric you know today was not the same Eric as when I was 17 years old.
He was not. Yeah.
Okay?
We'll give him that.
I was trying to be kind of courteous. It's a big campus. My first time really away from home.
Yeah.
I'm not even 18 yet. Okay. I'm like, okay. So I said, listen, do you have like a cover
Right.
for the bird cage?
Yeah.
Because I know at least enough. Because back in those days, this is like 1990.
Yeah.
Back in those days, you could go, like, they had pet stores in the malls. You could like look at the birds and like do what else, like a puppies, like in the front, like in a little playpen.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So I've seen like they cover these bird
So they can
cages.
shut up. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, is it, you got like a cover? He's like, no, I don't believe in that. I think it's mean to do that to the bird.
I think it's mean to have the bird awake.
Well, so I kind of
agree.
right.
It's mean to just have a bird in a cage.
Yeah. So I said, listen, buddy, I get it, and I don't want to, be insensitive. I don't think I said it quite that eloquently, but the 17-year-old Eric vocabulary wasn't, lawyer Eric vocabulary. Basically, the gist of it was, look, I understand, and I don't want to be insensitive, but this is a small room, and this bird squawks all the time.
Mm-hmm.
No. You'll see. It's not that bad. You get used to it. I don't want to cover the bird. It's really cruel. And for whatever reason, he believed that the bird would like go mentally insane if he was like in the dark, almost like you put a bird in solitary confinement. Like, okay, like that was seriously me telling. Okay. The first week goes by. I don't get used to it.
Right. Of course.
I'm sleeping 25 minutes at a time, and then I'm waking up from the fucking squawks.
Yeah.
Okay. Start the second week. I get cotton balls. Okay. I put cotton balls in my ears, try to sleep. I slept a little bit better.
All right. But you can still hear it. Yeah.
This fucking bird every 20 or 30 seconds. 20, 30 seconds. Then you start, and then during the day, because he had weird class schedules.
Right.
Okay. And I honestly, anybody that knows me knows my first year of college, I barely went to class. I was actually kicked out and sent home. It's the whole other story. And my fraternity got shut down by the DEA like the same year. But that's it.
This is crazy because you were only there for a semester, and this sounds like all 4 years.
No, this is all in the course of one semester. Okay. So I wasn't getting used to it.
Right.
The bird kept all the fucking. Then the fucking guy starts teaching the bird words. Hello, whatever. Like, hi. Like, okay. So he wouldn't just squawk once. He would like fucking say like a word or two and then squawk every 30 or so seconds. Okay. By the third week, I'm like a zombie. I'm sleep deprived. Yeah. I mean, I'm disheveled. I'm angry. Now you have to understand, I'm still 7. No, at this point I'm 18.
Right.
Turned 18. I don't have a car. Right. I had to walk to everywhere.
Right.
I walked 2.5 miles in the Arizona summer.
That's the crazier part. You were committed.
And like the fucking end of August, early September, to the local grocery store. I bought a fucking thing of rat poison. I came back. I fed that fucking bird the poison. Waited for my roommate to go to class. Fed the bird that fucking poison. The bird died. Like in a minute.
Damn, is that effective?
Yes. Because the bird's tiny and I gave him a whole fucking clump. Whole fucking handful. Now, I do want to admit and say that I did sleep for 2 hours right after that. Then I woke up and I realized, oh shit, I got to dispose of this bird, right? Because he's in his cage. So I took the bird carcass along with the leftover remnants of the rat poison. I disposed it. Then I left the bird cage door open and I was just going to chill till the roommate got home. Okay, so the roommate comes home. He looks and he's got this shocked, sad look of disbelief. It's like, Eric, what happened to the bird? I'm like, I don't know. I just came back from class and I just saw it like this. Cage door was open. Bird's gone. He must have flown away. Something. And he kind of looks at me and I knew he knew, right? And he says, that's really interesting because we had his wings clipped.
That's the worst part of this whole thing, Eric.
Oh.
The bird couldn't even fly if he fucking wanted to.
So yes, I am a birderer.
He is a birderer. Eric the birderer.
But I can safely tell the story now because statute of limitations has long since passed.
Yep.
I can never be prosecuted for it.
Did he ever say anything else about the bird?
No.
No?
And honestly, I was gone by the end of that semester anyway. And it didn't matter. And, I didn't spend a ton of time in the dorm room after that because I was rushing a fraternity. So I spent a lot of time there, fraternity house. And even though my parents to this day don't know this, but even though they paid for my housing, I kind of moved into the frat house anyway, and then told them it was like for dues. So I could pay the rent in the frat house. And then I rushed.
It's like true confessions.
Oh, I rushed successfully. And then and then what happens when you're in a fraternity, when you're a pledge, when you finish your pledge period, but before you're quote initiated, you're what's called a neophyte.
Right.
So I'm a neophyte, and a fucking week before I'm supposed to be initiated, the fucking DEA shuts down the fraternity house. And then I get sent home anyway for grades.
Yep.
So I had to re-rush all over again. Yep. The same fraternity at a different campus. And I wasn't even a full-time student at the other campus either. So, but eventually I made it in and was initiated. I'm proud brother of Alpha Epsilon Pi.
After you killed that poor guy's bird.
Fuck the bird. That bird, listen, it was going to be me or the bird at some point.
But why didn't you try to let the bird free?
Because I was not in a good frame of mind. I had not been sleeping.
Yeah, you could have literally opened the door and then opened his cage
and then
door.
You know what would have happened? Nothing. Because if the fucking bird couldn't fly,
it could walk.
The same thing would have happened anyway. Okay? So what I should have done was just taken him and fed him to a cat somewhere and not have the rat poison around or whatever. But either way, the bottom line is that I am I'm an unconvicted birderer. And
I hope the guy doesn't listen.
I don't care if he does. I'm sure he doesn't forget like that moment.
He's never going to forget you. Yeah,
no. And this also taught me perhaps one of the greatest life lessons I've ever been taught. And I can tell you this day, I give the same advice to other people. When caught, deny. Yep. There you go.
That was Eric's first piece of advice to us when we used to sit with Christian. Yeah. Yep. Deny that and shut the fuck up if a police says anything to you. Right, that's Eric's best advice to us.
If you ever pulled over, just shut the fuck up. Cop asks you where you're heading. I don't want to discuss my day. But sir, you have to. No, I don't.
No. Fuck you.
Listen, I'll tell you, there was a Steen once where I got pulled over. It was on July 4th weekend years ago. My kids could not believe how I spoke to that fucking Smokey that pulled me over. Fuck him. He had no grounds.
Oh my God.
And then of course I fought the ticket anyway because fuck him. Made him show up to court, but then his testimony was actually really good. And so I just asked the judge for continuance and I just paid the ticket. So, but I fought.
Well, like YG says, without that badge, you're just a bitch and a half.
That's right.
So that's YG's favorite line.
So you know what? My old roommate, he had 99 problems, but a bird ain't one.
Exactly. Eric was the problem.
Bam.
All right. Well, that wraps up our episode for today. So thank you all for listening. We appreciate the support. Remember, you can find us at the Bentama Confirm on Instagram, Bentama Confirm on Twitter and TikTok. eblawfirm.us is our website, and you can email us at info@eblawfirm.us. And I have made up Instagram for our podcast now. It's just going to be related to the podcast. Since someone already had just the Late Podcast as a name, the name for our Instagram now is the Late Podcast, but in the middle of late of all the letters, there's a period. So it's the law according to Eric. So if you're looking